Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about a couple of books that I think are worthwhile reading and could potentially make some decent reading for you over the summer. I did read since 2020 about 60 books. I'm not going to summarize all of them, and there are other good ones. Just giving you these two here because they present an interesting premise, sort of the polar opposite of what day traders do, which is to buy and hold for a very, very long time or potentially forever. And one thing that was interesting to me about that is because, well, I'm kind of lazy, so buying and selling implies that you're doing a lot of research every day on new opportunities, as well as the opportunities you've already taken to make sure that they're still good, which is more work that I want to do. And then as I read the first of these books I'm going to talk about, which was this one here, 100 Badgers, it talks about stocks that did 100x in the stock market. So they multiplied their initial purchase price by a factor of 100. That means if you invested 10,000, it would be worth $1 million. Not bad. You only need one or two of those and you're set for life, really. So in reading that one by Christopher Mayer, which is sort of a spiritual sequel to Thomas Phelps's 100 to 1 in the stock market, you find a lot of information, a lot of data. Really, it's a data study on the commonality of this event. It's actually not that rare. Recently, or we tend to focus on the recent ones, Facebook, Google, Walmart, but through history, there's plenty of companies I had never heard of that have done this feat, and there will be plenty more. Now, where the book falls a little bit short is it doesn't give you much of a blueprint on how to find the upcoming opportunities. Really, it's a study of the past. So it was a little bit disappointing, but as I read another book, which this one was by Mr. Peter Lynch, an old classic from 1989, One Up on Wall Street. And here, Peter Lynch, who has an average return rate of about 27%, by the way, every year, describes his selection method for stocks. Coincidentally, holding for a long time was also part of his strategies, because he knew that if you can compound a stock year over year over year at a good rate, you'll get a lot more return than a stock that goes up 50% or even 100% very quickly, but then stagnates. Essentially, if you have a stock for 30 years that went up 16.5% every year, give or take, I'm doing quick math, it's a 100 to 1. It's a 100x stock. So Peter Lynch really describes his research method, which was very interesting because it's extremely social. He would just go around and notice things, and a John Deere driver or tractor would go by and be like, "Oh, John Deere, I haven't looked at that," and he'd investigate. And he'd see, a Costco sign, or I can't remember, there was a hotel. He found Taco Bell this way. He stumbled upon it. They had 7 stores. They had just gone public, I think, for $7. He thought it was going to go to 14. Anyway, the rest is history, but he probably nearly 100x just on Taco Bell because of how he found them and the strategy that he used to buy it and hold it, and when it dropped in price, buy more. So those are the two books. They work extremely well together because they give you both concrete examples of the event taking place, how many times it has taken place, and with Peter Lynch, you get a good blueprint on how to ferret out some of these. And even if they don't make, 100x, they might make a 25 or a 50, still really, really good, so nothing to pass on. And then I guess a third one, a bonus, is a book that I read. Shameless plug. I wrote it. Shameless plug here, which I inspired myself from Chris Rees, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Benjamin Graham, you name it, a whole ton. I synthesized a whole bunch of other books, and it's really how I became an investor and what sort of strategies I like to use, what sort of mechanisms I take or I leverage when it comes to taxes, stuff like that. So if you're interested and you want to support us, please go ahead and grab a copy. I'll put the link down below for both my books and these two. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe and stay tuned.